Hey everybody, and welcome to the movie review for You Should Have Left. So, again, doing this a little different. I'm kind of, again, in my little recording corner where I'm at, and still playing with the system, trying to get a better understanding of how everything works. So please excuse any weirdness or weird-looking surroundings. Tried to cover up the cat dish, but you can see my little Funkos back there, my killer clown ones. So, You Should Have Left. At points in this movie, I felt like I should have just not continued watching. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's kind of in between. I'm going to try to keep this spoiler-free as I can. Kevin Bacon does a pretty good job in the movie. If you don't know what the basic premise of the film is, Kevin Bacon plays somebody that something's happened to him. You find out what has happened to him and the way that he's acting. And he's kind of drawn to a house. Him and his wife and his daughter all go to this house over in Wales. And then there's something weird about the house. And there's something about like the inside is bigger than the outside. And all these little mysteries that actually happen within the house. And so you're kind of left to wonder what exactly is going on. But there's not a whole lot of mystery. Like, you can kind of catch on to things in the beginning. There's a couple of parts in it where I was kind of like, why are we doing this? Right? Like, why do we need to show these scenes in this film? Like, it just takes forever. And when we finally got to like the third act of the movie, the problem that I had with it was that it took so long to get there, and then, oh my God, we were there. When we got to the third act, I really enjoyed that stuff. I thought that was very entertaining. And I wish the film was more like that, right? It's a lot of setup to very little payoff. That's the biggest issue I think I had with the movie. And even at the end, I was thinking about it and kind of the way the movie was going and what they were trying to portray within the movie. I just wasn't sure that was the way that I wanted it to go. And I know that's being a little selfish when it's coming to like a movie review and it's coming to watching the movie. It's like, no, I want you to go this way. But logically, I felt like either it had more story to tell or it had more that it needed to do sooner, right? Because you spend a lot of time before even getting to the English countryside here in the States. And I felt like that was too long. Like, they're setting up a lot of stuff in the movie, and they're setting up one big thing that's going to happen that's going to keep him there. And I just feel like it didn't necessarily need to spend so much time on that. Like, that could have been something that they didn't have to set up at all. And it's already set up in the beginning of it. That was the problem, is that once we got over there, then it was just so slow. Like, start in Wales. Start with them arriving at the house, and then the mystery unfolds. And then they, I hate to, I don't want to spoil, but there's a scene in the trailer that happens when they're talking about the house, and that's the beginning of the third act. And it feels like it should be much sooner. Like, he should be discovering weird things about the house. I'm not saying that he doesn't. There's a couple of scenes where, when this is not really spoiling anything, right in the beginning, he finds, he goes downstairs and he finds a photo in this laundry room that all of a sudden he's like, well, where did this place come from? Like, this is much bigger than I remember it. And it's like, that's kind of the setup, but I feel like, again, it could have been much earlier. And I'm not saying they spend 30 minutes in the United States and LA before they go to England, but they spend a good 15 minutes, I'd say, just setting up the film. And then they keep setting it up with stuff about setting up the house, and then there's little things about, who made that house, and and it's like, why are we spending so much time doing this now when we could have done it earlier without spending our time way back there in doing it? So, like I said, I think the performance of Kevin Bacon is very good. I just feel like it's a very weak script, and I feel like it just lingers on too much. And when it finally gets to the meat of things, and things just get so good, and you actually get the tension that you want, you actually get, the suspense between him and his family, and all this really kind of interesting stuff, and you get to experience the house more, it's great. I really like that. But it's really, really dragged down specifically by everything that comes before it to set you up for that moment. So, If I have to rate this, I'm going to give it 2 ladies in a bathtub out of 5. You'll get it if you see it. I think that, again, it suffers from the fact that it just needs to be better. Like, it needs to be shorter in the beginning, and then do more of the cool stuff, the house stuff, more in the film. Even if you're going to, not necessarily bring in any new characters, or you're going to make drastic changes to the family makeup, or anything that you're going to do, you should, I think, explore the house, because the story of the house sounds better than what it is. So, with all that, thank you for watching this. Hopefully everything worked out in this video. Again, trying some new things, trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing with all the video capture stuff. So, I will talk to you guys later, and hope to see you guys on another Terrible Terror mini movie review. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.